A holiday warning for you from police after a man had his Rolex watch stolen off his wrist in the middle of the day. What the LAPD is doing to try and help keep you safe this Christmas shopping season. A family reunion more than 5 decades in the making. What led to one daughter seeing her parents again after over 50 years. Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Rundown. I'm Robin Winston. Police are urging holiday shoppers to be aware of their surroundings, even in areas that are considered safe. This footage shows a brazen robbery in broad daylight. 2 men approached an unsuspecting man on the corner of La Brea and 6th, stole his Rolex watch right off of his wrist, and jumped into their getaway car. Despite their effort to escape, the LAPD caught up with them and took them into custody. But residents are feeling uneasy, and shop owners are concerned that crimes like this will further put a strain on their business.
I really hope that this kind of crime is not going to hold people back. Small businesses need a lot of support and a lot of help, especially at the holidays. That's like our big time of year.
The LAPD says it's boosted patrols in the Wilshire and Hollywood areas since last year due to an alarming spike in follow-home robberies. A special election is set for April to replace LA City Councilwoman Nury Martinez. You'll recall that she resigned after she was heard making racist comments in a leaked recording. So far, only one person has stepped forward to run. That's 32-year-old Marco Santana. He's lived and worked in the San Fernando Valley his entire life. The son of Mexican immigrants, Santana was the first in his family to be born here.
I think one of the best things to do is to get on the ground and to make that voter-to-voter contact, that constituent-to-constituent, right? Regardless if they're a registered voter or not, they're a person that lives in the district and that has worked and spent life in this district. I intend on connecting with everyone.
Santana says he wants to rebuild a crumbling City Hall structure. He says that his work as current director of LA Family Housing would enable him to use his personal skills dealing with the homeless at City Hall. We're seeing changes at the pump. Oil and gas prices are dropping. And for the first time in a while, the average price for gas is below $5 in Orange, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties. It's still over $5 in LA County, but it's about 60 cents less than a month ago. Early data suggests it was a record Cyber Monday, ranking in an estimated $11.6 billion, and that's despite inflation. That's according to a preliminary estimate by Adobe Analytics, which tracks transactions at more than 85 of the top 100 U.S. stores. Adobe also predicts an 8.5% increase in consumer spending this year. And for the 5 days from Thanksgiving to Cyber Monday, Adobe estimates online spending rose nearly 3% to about $35 billion. Meteorologist David Bigger is here tracking some unsettled weather in your first alert forecast.
Hi, Robin. As we go through the next couple of days, we're going to finally start to see some additional changes to the overall forecast. If you kind of think back to Monday, we had a lot of low clouds sticking around throughout the day. Tuesday and Wednesday, we see more sunshine, but by the time we get into Thursday and Friday, the clouds are back, and so is some rainfall. We've got the overall pattern showing that we have an area of low pressure sitting just off the coast of the Pacific Northwest as we get into Wednesday. This is the system that'll dip into our region as we get into Thursday and Friday. This also kind of helps to open the doors a bit for the next weather system. We have another one that's dropping in the Pacific Northwest by Friday. That one will start to drop back into the region as we get into Saturday and Sunday. So right now it looks like Thursday will be a day with increasing clouds, increasing chances of rain. Friday is probably a really good bet for seeing some rainfall with lingering shower chances getting into the weekend. That's a look at the forecast. Back over to you, Robin.
A Riverside County family hopes to save the lives of other kids after they lost their son to RSV. The respiratory virus has been blamed for the deaths of at least 2 young children in California. One of them was William Myers, who was born 6 weeks premature. His mom, Jessica, took him to the ER on November 11th when she noticed he wasn't breathing right and developed mucus. She and her husband did everything they could to protect their son.
Make sure no one's kissing the baby's face. Make sure that nobody's touching the baby's face. Make sure they're not touching their hands or kissing their hands, because that's how your child is going to get sick. My son died the day he was supposed to be born. Yeah, my son left this world the day he was supposed to enter it. And I think that that kind of heartache that, we lost the future with him, and that's what hurts so bad.
Jessica says she doesn't know how her son got the virus, but she's hoping her story can help other families. We're learning more about the murders of 3 family members in Riverside and the abduction of a 15-year-old girl. The suspect is a law enforcement officer, Austin Lee Edwards. Police say he tricked the girl by pretending to be a teenager. It's a deceptive method called catfishing. Police say Edwards drove from Virginia to Riverside last week to commit the horrific crimes. New security video appears to show him leaving the Winnick family home in a red Kia with the teenager. A neighbor called 911 after noticing his car parked in the driveway.
Soon after that, that's when she saw the commotion of the daughter or the granddaughter coming out of the house, and she said, "Now you really need to come over here because something's going on."
Thanks to that neighbor's tip, investigators found the car. Edwards died in a shootout with deputies. The 15-year-old was rescued, but she's now dealing with the tragic loss of her mom and grandparents. The Winnick family released a statement saying that they're thankful for the love, support, and prayers during this horrific time. They're planning to hold a news conference with Riverside Police later this week. Several of the sheriff's recruits hit during a morning run 2 weeks ago have returned to duty. This is video from the sheriff's department as Class 464 was welcomed back to the academy Monday. And we have an update on the condition of one of those recruits. 27-year-old Alejandro Martinez was one of the most seriously injured. He remains in critical condition at UCLA Ronald Reagan Hospital. His family has an online fundraiser to help with mounting medical bills. Will Smith returned to late-night TV since slapping Chris Rock on stage at the Oscars. Smith appeared on The Daily Show with Trevor Noah and called it a horrific night.
You know, there's many nuances and complexities to it, you know. But at the end of the day, I lost it. And I guess the thing that was most painful for me is I took my heart and made it hard for other people. You know, right. And it's like I understood the idea where they say hurt people hurt people.
Yeah. Smith is promoting his new movie, Emancipation. He acknowledged that people may have mixed feelings about watching him again, but he says he hopes it doesn't take away from the film's creative team. It was an amazing season for a deaf football team in Riverside. They took home a CIF Championship on November 18th. Their community showed up for a celebration rally. The California School for the Deaf in Riverside says this win is its first CIF state title in any sport. The team is now ranked 9th in the nation.
Having the community here to congratulate them is just such a proud moment for all of us here. I think it's a very important day for all of us, especially for the deaf community.
This is pretty awesome. We're all so proud of them. Last year, the team had an undefeated season, but just fell short during their last game. This year, they won against Faith Baptist 80-26. A remarkable story of one family. A woman who was kidnapped by a babysitter has been reunited with her biological parents after more than 5 decades. It's largely thanks to her parents' unrelenting quest to find her and DNA genealogy. Melissa Highsmith of Fort Worth, Texas, was just 22 months old when she was taken from her family. She was raised with the name Melanie, never knowing she was missing. But her biological family found her through a DNA match with one of her siblings on 23andMe. The family says that they want others with missing loved ones to never give up. I love this story so much. It's a great story, a happy ending with the family reunited. You can always get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and our website, NBCLA.com. And be sure to tune into Today in LA on NBC4. Weekdays from 4 to 7 a.m. I'll be helping you get around with the traffic reports throughout your morning commute. And a reminder about our Help for the Hungry campaign. You can donate any amount by scanning the code on your screen or texting H4H to 41444. I'll see you next time on The Rundown.